We will be delving into a three-part series on Zephaniah 3:17. I have some questions in mind, but I encourage you to dive deeper into the topic and elaborate more than I've done so far. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. Zephaniah 3:17. Zephaniah 3:17 is a powerful verse that speaks to the love and redeeming power of God. 1. Take a moment to reflect on the verse. What words or phrases stand out to you? How does it make you feel knowing that God takes great delight in you and rejoices over you with singing? The phrase, rejoices over you with singing, is particularly powerful. It conveys a profound sense of God's love and care for his people. It's a beautiful image that showcases God's deep affection and joy in his creation, fostering a sense of comfort and security in knowing that we are cherished by a divine and loving presence. The idea of God taking great delight in us and rejoicing over us with singing can be incredibly heartwarming and comforting. It reassures us of our worth and value in the eyes of God. It's a reminder of God's unfailing love and the depth of his care for each and every one of us. This realization can bring about feelings of gratitude and a sense of being deeply cherished. 2. To understand the context of this verse, read Zephaniah 3:17. What is happening in the world during this time? What judgments does God pronounce on his people? The world during this time was likely filled with corruption, violence, and injustice. God's judgments, as outlined in these verses, are intended to bring about purification and restoration, ultimately leading to a time of blessing and peace. The people are called to seek righteousness and humility before God's judgment comes. 3. In verse 17, God's attitude towards his people changes. What has happened to cause this shift? What is the significance of God being called a mighty warrior who saves? In the verses from Zephaniah 3, a shift occurs from the portrayal of judgment and warning to the promise of restoration and God's delight in his people. The significance of God being called a mighty warrior who saves speaks to his power and ability to rescue and deliver his people from their troubles and enemies. This title emphasizes God's strength, protection, and intervention on behalf of his people in times of need. The shift in the passage reflects a transition from judgment to redemption, portraying God as not only one who delivers justice, but also as a source of hope and salvation. It underscores the idea that despite the hardships and trials, God remains a powerful saving presence for those who turn to him.